Hello and welcome to FYI Weekly, your official source for City of Greensboro information. I'm Rosemary Plybon. Greensboro City Council approved the allocation of over $8 million in combined federal program funds and local bond dollars to the construction and upkeep of 6 affordable multifamily housing developments. The city sought proposals from eligible developers and organizations for affordable multifamily housing development gap financing. Out of the 17 applications, Greensboro's Housing and Neighborhood Development staff selected 6 projects to recommend to the City Council for funding. These projects will provide homes for households across a broad range of incomes, from families with very limited earnings to those who make closer to the local average. Construction is anticipated to begin in the fall of 2027. Visit greensboro-nc.gov/housinggso to learn more. The City of Greensboro's Green Street Streetscape project is nearing completion, and final improvements are now underway to convert Green Street from one-way traffic to two-way traffic. The project includes new traffic signals and roadway enhancements designed to improve safety, accessibility, and connectivity along the corridor from Bellemeade Street to West Washington Street. Over the coming weeks, 21 decorative stamped crosswalks will be installed at intersections throughout the project area, with intermittent lane closures throughout that time, so keep that in mind. Look for two-way operation to begin on Green Street on or before July 1st. Expect some delays on Friendly Avenue and Westover Terrace this spring and summer as city crews work on water lines. The work is happening on West Friendly Avenue from Smyers Place to Westover Terrace, and Westover Terrace from West Market Street to 307 Westover Terrace. The job is part of the city's ongoing water rehabilitation program, which is funded by water and sewer utility payments. The work should wrap by the end of August. Greensboro fire stations joined fire stations across the country in lighting up at night last week. It was in remembrance of Greensboro's fallen firefighters and in support of firefighter families. National Light the Night for Fallen Firefighters is an annual tribute in late April, early May. This year, for the first time, the fireman's statue in Green Hills Cemetery was also illuminated in red. This week, May 3rd through 9th, is North Carolina's Hurricane Preparedness Week. It only takes one storm to make a big impact on our lives, and preparation is crucial. Every tropical system is dangerous, and impacts occur well away from the coast and well away from the center of the storm sometimes. Learn more at weather.gov/RAH/hurricane prep. Well, there's a new place to satisfy your sweet tooth. Pound by Legacy Cakes has a new location on Battleground Avenue. The Greensboro Bakery offers pound cake by the slice, brownies, and cookies, and they have more than 150 flavors. Find them at 1620 Battleground Avenue or on Facebook at Pound by Legacy Cakes, Inc. Look for 2 new babies at the Greensboro Science Center. Tut and Kira, the resident servals, welcomed 2 female kittens on April 6th. This marks their second successful litter. Native to sub-Saharan Africa, servals are known for their long legs, large ears, and incredible jumping ability. They can leap up to 9 feet in the air to catch prey. For now, the kittens are behind the scenes. They're bonding with mom and growing stronger. Soon, you'll be able to see them in the indoor serval holding area. Well, May is Small Business Month, and Greensboro will be celebrating our local businesses and business owners. We're going to talk more about that right after this short break. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. Small businesses are at the heart of Greensboro, and during the month of May, we celebrate them. Michael Humphrey is in the city's Office of Business Opportunity. Hello and welcome.
Thank you.
What is the Office of Business Opportunity?
So we are in a unique position where we get to see and review every single contract that comes through the city of Greensboro. And the focus has been up to this point making sure that we include minority and women-owned businesses in the workings of the city. So as the different departments have projects that they are doing around town, they will put things out to bid. And we want to make sure that small businesses are able to get involved and are part of that too.
Yeah, so what's the scope of, how many contracts is the city, how many businesses and how often is this happening?
It's happening every day.
Yeah.
For us, we are dealing with our MWBE program with some 27 counties. So it's not just Guilford County, but 27 counties around Greensboro that make up our footprint, our market space. So thousands of companies that potentially could be involved in this, and thousands of contracts as well, again, coming in daily for us to review. And we set goals against those projects for participation for minorities and women. And it's the responsibility of the contractors or the vendors to try as best as possible to hit those goals.
Yeah. So we're specifically talking about small businesses today. So what actually qualifies as a small business?
Well, for us, as we move into our small business program, and this part of it is new actually, we will launch it on May 1st, and I'm really excited about that. But with that, the criteria for them is to be based in a smaller footprint of just 3 counties. Guilford County, Randolph County, and Rockingham County is the footprint that we'll work with to draw companies in to participate in our small business program. They have to have 25 employees or less. They have to have been in business for no less than a year. They have to be headquartered again within one of those 3 counties that I just mentioned. Average annual income of profits of no more than $3 million a year. The owners also must not have a net worth of greater than $850,000. So those are some of the primary criteria for that.
Okay, so why does the city why is it important to work with more small businesses? What's the gain for both there?
So it's fantastic that we're seeing in Greensboro these manufacturing entities and larger companies coming back here, Boom, Honda, et cetera. And that's great for our economy. But it's truly the small businesses that make up the true impact on an economy, and a business economy specifically, in any city. I think I read something recently that maybe 99.6% of the businesses in all of North Carolina are small businesses. So that gives you an idea. Yeah, it's fantastic for the larger companies to come here and boost our economy, hire from the community, et cetera. But the true heartbeat is small businesses. So the benefit for the small businesses themselves is it gives them an opportunity, or a program like the one we've got gives them an opportunity to pursue contracts not competing with the big guys. So it really is focused and centered on putting them in a position to compete with their peers, kind of similar size companies, et cetera, land some contracts that may be bigger than some of the others that they have pursued in the past, and give them an opportunity to maybe one day become a much larger company themselves. So that's truly a benefit.
And to really learn from that experience, all these new connections that you'll get working with the city, of course. So how exactly is it working? Are you identifying projects that are best suited for small business introduction? That's
exactly it. So this program that we've got is what we call a sheltered program. So again, really are kind of segmenting those specific projects that would fit for the size of the companies. Of course, they've got to be qualified to do the work. But in our case, for a couple of the areas, construction primarily is one large area. So we identify projects up to $300,000 that they could go after and bid on. In the area of services, inspectors, landscapers, painters, and the list goes on. Those entities up to $90,000 contracts that those folks could bid on there. So it really is putting them in a position for them to go after contracts that, one, they probably would not have even heard about. So there's a real push to get people involved in the program itself, get into our database of companies that we are building, and so that as the different departments and department heads around the city develop these projects that they are bringing to City Council for them to approve it and move forward, they can, again, identify, okay, this is a segment that hits that kind of benchmark of $300,000 on the construction or $90,000 on the services and commodities.
And of course you want the small business to be successful. I mean, that's the whole point of this, trying to set them up for a project that they can really succeed in and get their foot in the door, so to speak.
Absolutely, it's a real passion project of my own, having been an entrepreneur in the past. and encountered some of those hurdles that small businesses do. Things like capital, for one. So a program of this sort, puts them in a position working with us for us to provide or help provide resources to them, point them in the right direction. So, it's been special to get involved in the ecosystem of small business here in Greensboro and be able to point people to the financial institutions that truly can help, or those that can help with bonding, or those that can help with insurance, or those that help with building a business plan depending upon the size of the company.
Right, yeah. Not only do you have experience, but you have a vested interest because you care about the city, of course,
Absolutely.
And you're raising an entrepreneur right here. So, yeah, we want to make sure that market is right for the young people coming up and staying right here in Greensboro doing great things.
Absolutely. It's been special watching him develop as a young entrepreneur, and like I said, he's 16 years old, and came home from school one day and said, "Dad, I got in a little trouble." He's not a kid to get in trouble. I said, "Well, what happened?" And he said, "Well, I kind of told a fib. I had to leave the class." I said, "For what?" He said, "Well, my manufacturer called and I had to take the meeting."
Yes. And you were like, I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that one. I'm okay with that.
I love that.
It's fantastic to start that young. We are dealing with some folks that are a little bit older than he is in their work.
But one day.
But in some cases, the level of experience not very different from from where he is for those who are just kind of starting. And again, we are primarily working with folks who've been in business for no less than a year, but we find that there's still at times a lot to be learned, and we've got the community here to help teach and mentor.
Okay, so it's called the Small Business Enterprise Program, and I understand that there's a workshop coming up so that it's brand new in Greensboro, so you can learn more about it. Can you tell us a little bit about what's happening on May 19th?
Yeah, so May 19th we are doing a program called Building Relationships. And it's a program that has been done by the city in the past, and we're continuing to move it forward. So it's serving not only from a networking standpoint, but we're also inviting some of the department heads in from the city to talk about what it is that they do, maybe some projects that they have that are coming up, and be there to shake some hands and meet some of the entrepreneurs that will be in the room to tell them better how to do business with the city. So we're excited about that, and it also is serving as our official launch for our new program. So truly excited about May 19th at Barber Park, and there's a registration, and that information will go out to the public very soon.
All right, thank you. Thanks for spending some time with us today. I'm really excited about this program. Good luck to your son.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you.
And you can find out more about the Small Business Enterprise Program May 19th, as he said, at the Yvonne Johnson Event Center at Barber Park. Learn more and register. You can call the Office of Business Opportunity. That is 336-373-7980. Okay, quick. Name your second grade teacher. Mine was Miss Nelson, and she worked for Guilford County Schools. A county department spotlight is coming up after this break. But first, mark your calendars for a few things happening on the town.
I'm Dave, and here are some special events happening this week on the town. 6. The Musical plays 8 times at the Tanger Center May 5th through the 10th. This high-energy musical reinvents the tales of Henry VIII's wives as a modern pop concert, clever, empowering, and full of catchy choreography. It's a witty, sonically bold performance that resonates with all generations. Find tickets at tangercenter.com. Jazz fans don't want to miss the UNC Greensboro Jazz Collective's tribute to Miles Davis, May 7th at the Carolina Theater. Milestones, a Miles Davis centennial, celebrates the legacy of this jazz titan through iconic compositions with uplifting melodies and improvisational flair. Enjoy a live tribute that blends musical history with fresh, contemporary interpretations. Find tickets at carolinatheater.com. The Elm Street Athletic Festival is set for May 9th in downtown Greensboro. Choose your challenge: the 10-mile run, the 5K, the Youth Mile, or the Survivor's Walk, all in support of brain cancer awareness. Feel the energy of community spirit as participants of all ages gather for a meaningful and uplifting morning. Register and learn more at runsignup.com. Wander among historic monuments and ancient trees May 9th or the 10th on The Plants and the Planted. a guided botanical walking tour of the Green Hill Cemetery. You'll explore both local history and greenery, discover the fascinating plants, and learn about those buried in Greensboro's oldest public cemetery. Visit greensboro-nc.gov for more information. Stay tuned to FYI Weekly for more happenings on the town.
Welcome back. Apples are great, but this week it is time to step it up a bit for our teachers. In honor of Teacher Appreciation Week, we are spotlighting the city's largest employer, Guilford County Schools. Yes, it's part of the county, but we can't miss an opportunity to thank the amazing men and women who educate the young people of our city. Of the 10,000 employees in Guilford County Schools, nearly half are teachers. Want to do something nice for a teacher who made a difference in your life? Consider something personal like a handmade card, or something practical like pencils or tissues, or the most popular with teachers, a gift card. Might we suggest a gift card to a local Greensboro business? Well, even a simple thank you will do. And so for all of us at GTN and the City of Greensboro, thank you, Guilford County Schools teachers. Well, imagine working nearly 20 years on a single project. A way to go GSO shout out to the woman who led the way on the downtown Greenway right after this break. A whimsical new addition to the downtown Greenway pays tribute to a frequent GTN guest and a major contributor to the city of Greensboro, Dabney Sanders. Her nearly 20 years of leadership helped transform a long envisioned idea into one of Greensboro's most impactful community assets. Titled Off We Go, this new sculpture recognizes her vision, persistence, and unwavering dedication as the longtime project manager of the downtown Greenway. The piece was created by nationally recognized artists Brad Oldham and Christy Coltrane of Dallas, Texas. Now in its permanent home, it sits along the 5 Point section of the Greenway in the Warnersville neighborhood, at the very location where the project's first groundbreaking happened in 2009. Commissioned as a surprise gesture of gratitude, Off We Go was developed over an 18-month period by a small group of collaborators working behind the scenes to keep it a secret from Dabney. And in case you haven't heard, the downtown Greenway officially opens with a ribbon cutting and community celebration on May 16th. Find out more at downtowngreenway.org. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly. Stay connected to the latest city news by following us on Facebook, Twitter, Blue Sky, and Instagram. Alexa users can subscribe to our 5-minute flash briefings. They air on 90.1 FM, 100.7 FM, and 90.5 FM. Be sure to download both weekly podcasts, that is, Talk City Greensboro and Talk City en Espanol. Plus, GTN is streaming on Cablecast. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.